Hi, it's Adrian from FixingScreens.com. Today we're going to look at what is supposed to be the most popular patio door roller on Amazon and see what it takes to remove and replace one of the old rollers. So here we have a D1688 Prime-Line roller that is, according to Amazon, the most popular roller that's purchased in the United States for patio door rollers. And the dimensions are available on the website here. But we can look at how to get this thing replaced. First of all, when you have your patio door in place without removing it, take these screws, which are attaching the vertical stile to the horizontal bottom of the door, and remove these screws on both sides. That's the first thing you need to do. Once you've done that, it'll be a lot easier to remove the bottom when you pull out the door. So we're going to lift the door up out of the patio door frame, and you're going to tip the patio door on its side so that this edge is sitting on the floor. It's good to put down a drop cloth when you do that, because these doors are usually filthy on the bottom, and it can mess up your floor. Plus, there's got lots of sharp edges, could scratch hardwood floors. That could be a problem. So make sure you put a drop cloth down in the way. Once you've got the door sitting on its edge, the next thing to do is to get the bottom of the door off. That's what these screws were doing. They were holding the bottom of the door on. So what's supposed to happen is the bottom of the aluminum door is supposed to come off nice and smooth like that. But of course, the problem is if it's been there for 20 or 30 years, you might find you're going to have to start prying at it to get it off. If you're going to do that, use a screwdriver to pry the bottom off. Try and pry in here in the corner. Don't go anywhere near the glass. Obviously, it's very easy to break the glass, and these sealed units nowadays are so expensive, hundreds and hundreds of dollars. So you don't want to risk breaking the glass. So that, make sure if you're going to lever it off, you're levering in the metal area here to try and get the bottom to come out. So once you've got the bottom off, you can see how the patio door roller fits in. This particular roller has tabs that poke out through the sides of the bottom of the door and allows the roller to snap in, but that makes it a little bit more difficult to take out because you've got to pry these sides of the bottom of the door apart in order to get this roller to come out like this. Once you've got the roller out, you'll also notice that this kind of roller has an axle. It's not the wheel is not riveted to the steel housing. That is a kind of an advantage because a lot of these housings nowadays, the older ones, you can't find them anymore. So if in some situations, if you've got an axle like this, you can punch this out with a pin punch and just go and get a 1/4-inch split pin from Home Depot or Home Hardware or wherever, and use that as an axle, and it allows you to reuse the old steel housing without having to buy a new one. If it's of course you can if it's not available, but this particular one is, so that we don't have that problem. The next thing to do is, of course, to replace this with the new roller. You'll see here it's got an adjusting screw. That's what moves this roller up and down. Pretty much all patio door rollers have that kind of arrangement. It's just that sometimes the adjusting screw is on the top and the fastening hole is on the bottom. Sometimes they change a bit. This is the most common type where they have the adjusting screw on the bottom. Never to pull that screw right out. It's going to be really difficult to get it back in. So always leave those adjusting screws in place. If you can't turn them, they're rusted solid, then it just means you have to replace the roller. So get your new roller, stick it in place. All you got to do is shove it in, and it'll click into place in that little recess there. And once it's in, you can get ready to put the bottom of the door back on. Some rollers are types of rollers are screwed in for the top. That's not the case with this one. It's using the snap-in type, but in this case it's just snapping in from the sides. So just push the bottom of the door back on. Sometimes what I like to do is, to make it easier, if it's a tight fit on the glazing vinyl here, because you don't want to really force it because of you don't want to harm the glass in any way. Sometimes you can put take something like Sunlight dish detergent or any dish detergent really, and make mix a little water and just make it like a lubricant, and just wipe down the whole glazing vinyl so it's wet. And that way it'll help the bottom of the door slip over it much more easily. And of course it'll just dry up, it won't harm anything. And so you can push the bottom of the door back on and tap it in place with from the bottom with a rubber mallet, gently of course. Once you've done that, it's just a matter of putting these screws back in to secure the frame. You can put one in on one side and then put the door back in the door frame, and then put the other screw back in the other side. And that's basically the whole procedure of putting what is supposedly the most popular patio door roller on Amazon into your patio door. If you need any more advice or have any questions, just come to www.fixingscreens.com, and you can find a lot of information about repairing windows and doors there. Thank you so much.